And the White boys move right back in on the left arm. What nerve this Gossett has.
Look at this big fat slob. If this is the best you got for us, then we're packing up today. Look at that. You could sell him by the pound and make a fortune. He can keep you warm in the winter and shady in the summer. If I look like that, I'd hide. That's the most grotesque wrestler I've ever seen in my life. I'm just glad I don't look like that. He's the kind of person, though, these people here can relate to because they like nothing happening, never was, slobs. And that's exactly what you got there.
Anthony's still on that arm of Al Clifton. They've been on the arm for several minutes. Gossett now on the house mic. Talking about Al Clifton being a fat slob. As you can imagine what the fans have to say about that. The Dirty White boys have really been on that left arm of big Al Clifton, and they're not about to let go of that arm. Look at him now, sort of a, fair to say, hammerlock, the way he twists that around. That's not what it is. But they are bending and twisting and punishing that arm in about every way possible. As Ronnie P. Gossett is offended by the weight of Al Clifton. They won't let Al get over to tag Chico Torres. In comes Mike Powell.
You know that tag team is poetry in motion. This is the greatest tag team Ronnie P. Gossett has ever assembled. And it's your pleasure to be sitting here like the idiot you are watching this match.
Chico came in anyway, and now is going to be backed out by the referee. And look out, Anthony climbing up on the rope while Powell holds on to Clifton, throws him down forward, and it's right back in with the arm bar on that same left arm. And Clifton has indicated that he's through. Ring the bell. We've got a submission victory for the Dirty White boys.
Another one bats the dust. Get that crane in here and get that big fat slob up. You'll have to scrape him off the mat.
The Dirty White boys, submission winners, as you see their doting manager, Ronnie P. Gossett. Right after all that, Mike, we send it back to you.
Thank you, Mark Lawrence. The new Dirty White boys. Jimmy Powell replacing Alex Porto, and looks like Ronnie P. Gossett has got them at peak performance. Speaking of Ronnie P. Gossett, last week in a match in Memphis, Tennessee at the Mid-South Coliseum, Gossett got involved in a unique sort of way. More on that and more USWA wrestling action to come right after these messages. The USWA wrestling action returns to the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night. First match, Ben Jordan versus the Inhuman. Then, a grudge battle, Mike Awesome versus Wildside Chris Champion. And this change in the card, a World Tag Team title match, the Southern Rockers battle Sweet Daddy Falcone, Brickhouse Brown with their manager Reggie B. Fine as a result of what happened on television today. Southern title match. Superstar Bill Dundee defends the gold against Hollywood John Tatum with Tessa. Return grudge match. The Dirty White Boys with Ronnie P. Gossett take on Jeff Jarrett and Billy Joe Travis. And the main event, handsome Jimmy Valiant, a grudge battle against Ronnie P. Gossett. Don't miss wrestling action from the USWA Thursday night in Paoli, Indiana at the high school sponsored by the Optimist Club. Save $1 on advance tickets. Hanover, Indiana, next Thursday, May 24th, Southwestern High School, sponsored by the FFA. Save $1 on advance tickets. And don't miss the action. Wednesday night, the Evansville Coliseum.
Woo, Hollywood John Tatum. I got to admit, brother, Tessa's a good-looking girl, but I want to tell you something. Well, I don't think I have to tell it to you. You was there. You saw it. I really think she enjoyed being kissed by the superstar. Now, we got a little match coming up for this belt here, brother, and I really believe away down in the back of your mind you're going to be more interested than keeping me from kissing Tessa, because you're right. I really enjoyed it, and I'd like to go back for seconds, brother, and you're going to be saying, I don't want that little punk kissing on my Tessa. Well, I want to be kissing her, brother, but I also got to look after this belt. And they just, you know, brother, if you're the champion, if you bring the belt to the ring and whatever goes wrong, I keep the belt. So maybe I'll get to kiss Tessa, and I'll get to keep this belt, John Tatum, because I know in the back of your mind, son, you're going to be looking after Tessa, and you're going to be worried about me trying to kiss her again. Well, if the opportunity comes, John, just listen to this, brother. The superstar is going to kiss her, and that's a promise from me to you. Now, if you want to wrestle, we wrestle. You want to fight, we fight. But I'm keeping this belt, Big John Tatum.
Michael St. John back with you on USWA Championship Wrestling. Recent match, Memphis, Tennessee, the site at the Mid-South Coliseum. Big crowd on hand. The Dirty White Boys were in action against Mike Awesome and Chris Champion. I want you to pay particular attention to this clip, especially what happens at the end, involving Ronnie P. Gossett. Let's take a look.
Heads him back over, tags that on the newest White Boy, Jimmy Powell. And if you can take a look right in that guy's eyes, you can tell this new White Boy is a nut. What a crazed look on this guy's face. Fires Champion off. Champion catches him with one of those big boots. Then listen to the howl coming from Chris Champion. Levels him with a blow. Catches Tony Anthony. They're all taking a walk on the wild side as Chris Champion slugging away. Mike Awesome enters the ring, and now we got all four of them in here. Tony Anthony out. And now Jimmy Powell trying to get Champion up. Can't quite make it. Champion up and over the back. Catches him, rolls him into the ropes. Rolls him up. He's got him down for the pin. No, look out. There's a chain. Mike Awesome has a chain. What in the world is going on? Ronnie Gossett gave Awesome a chain and he hit Champion. I don't believe it. What in the world is going on here? And here's the cover, Dave. I don't believe this.
Unbelievable turn of events as Gossett picks the chain in to Big Mike Awesome as Champion had Powell rolled up for a pin cover. Awesome just nailed Champion. I can't believe this. Gossett now saying Mike Awesome is the newest member of his stable. As you can see it right there in front of you. Ronnie Gossett paying off Mike Awesome.
Fans, I've got to confess, I had an opportunity to view that film before we went on the air today, and I still cannot believe, it is very hard for me to believe, that Mike Awesome would turn his back on Chris Champion and then go and take money from Ronnie P. Gossett, and it's just hard to believe, but that's what has happened. We have got an interview scheduled with Mike Awesome, and maybe during this interview we can understand better the motive, why this occurred. Let's go to that interview right now.
Chris Champion, every dog has its day. Did you think Ronnie Gossett had forgot what you and your mentally retarded brother Mark Starr did to me when I took you under my wing, made you stars, brought you the CWA World Tag Team titles, and then you had the nerve, the audacity to turn your back on Ronnie P? Well, I stayed awake every night, every day, planning exactly what I'm going to do. And what did I do? By complete surprise. You think Pearl Harbor was something? I brought in Mean Mike Awesome. And boy, did he take care of you, Chris Champion. You didn't know what hit you. You looked up in your dumb fashion and you said, what happened, man? Cowabunga. Well, let me tell you something. You went down like the Titanic, and that's where you're going to stay. Nobody gets on the bad side of Ronnie Gossett. I've rode up and down the roads with only the best. I've talked to only the best. And only the best associate with Ronnie Gossett. Punk, you've got 2 chances of beating Mean Mike Awesome. Slim and none. And you can take it to the bank. You think polio was the great crippler? Wait till you get in the ring with Awesome and Gossett. Tell him, Awesome.
Chris Champion, beware, because you will get awesomized.
Certainly a change of heart on Mike Awesome's part, but Wildside Chris Champion is incensed. He's got an interview. Let's take a look at it.
Well, it seems an elephant never forgets. And Ronnie Gossett, the elephant that you are, you didn't forget. You didn't forget I ran you out of here. So you paid Mike Awesome off. You paid him off with some green to jump me from behind and take me out, Ronnie Gossett. Well, that's the way you want to play. That's the way we'll play. Mike Awesome, it don't matter. I know Ronnie Gossett better than any man in professional wrestling today. I know how he thinks. I know how he operates. So I'm one step ahead of both of you. So bring it on, Mike Awesome. You bring it on and bring that fat manager down to the ring with you, because I'll take both of you out. I'll side kick your head off and side kick Ronnie Gossett's head off, because I'm going back to my roots. I'm going back down to the wild side, back to the dark side, because I'm going to fight your way, Ronnie Gossett, and that's the way it's going to be. Your way, my friend. I'm going to give you exactly what you want. A walk on the wild side, my friend. You want Chris Champion? You got him, my friend. Mike Awesome, you want Chris Champion? You got him, because I'm coming down your throat like a freight train.
Wildside Chris Champion obviously has a big reason and a big grudge to settle, and I'm sure we'll see that coming. Let's go to Dallas, Texas, standing by a match. Hollywood John Tatum in the ring. Take it away, Mark Lawrence.
Radical Ralph, who has had the electrolysis on the side of his head, according to our director video, Bob. And Radical Ralph is trying not to fall for the old handshake routine with Hollywood John Tatum. Tatum hollering something back out that way, but I couldn't hear what it was. Tatum seems to be particularly wound up here tonight.
Sit down and shut up.
He's after that gal on the front row. I think there's about three of them over there. There she is. You can shake his hand, Ralph. Not just any Ralph, but Radical Ralph. Tatum back in the corner. I'm not sure if he's walking backwards or if Radical Ralph pushed him there. I think it was the former. And now Hollywood does a couple of pull-ups against the rope. Tatum with the fancy footwork. And Tatum again wants to make friends. Hollywood John Tatum has been known to be surrounded by beautiful women. And Miss Tessa, his current lady, who is away just probably due to the Bill Dundee situation, but soon to be back. Hollywood John Tatum with a tremendous kick that nearly takes Radical Ralph's head off. Radical Ralph flat on his back. And Tatum says, Mark Lawrence, I'm through with him. And there's a pile driver, and that indeed may be all for Radical Ralph. There's one, there's two, there's three, and that's all for Hollywood John Tatum and Radical Ralph. The pile driver did Radical Ralph in, and there's the kiss for Radical Ralph from Hollywood John Tatum.
Hollywood John Tatum, awesome wrestler, and hangs around with some lovely women. I'll say that for him. We'll take a break. Superstar Bill Dundee up next on USWA Wrestling. Dundee in action. Let's go to Dallas, Texas in the Sportatorium.
And the throw over the back. Dundee with a stomp right to the top of the head. Looks like palm trees on his tights. One, and the kick out. Dundee always known to wear the psychedelic tights. And Frogman LaBlanc trying to get back into the rope where the hole would be broken. Bronkovic officiating the bout. Flamboyant Eric Embry, Jimmy Jack Funk coming up as the tag team. Dundee on the arm of Frogman LaBlanc. Dundee and Frogman lock up in the center of the ring, move back into the ring rope. Frogman with a blow from the left. There's another. And Dundee gives him a jab straight into the face. Dundee with a drive like he's throwing a shot put. And Dundee now making an offer. Bronco says, please do not go through with that. Step over toe hold. One. And the Frogman is jumping around trying to keep shoulders off the mat. Frogman back to his feet, limping a little bit after the punishment from Bill Dundee. Lock up, hammer lock, Dundee. You know, Dundee is pretty good with these amateur moves, and I mean that as a compliment, being the basic wrestling moves that one learns in high school, college, uses in Olympic competition. Dundee can get as wild as anybody can in the ring with great speed and great force. But here we have seen, as we have seen before, some great catch-can wrestling moves. Now it's the sleeper from Dundee on Frogman LaBlanc. Frogman with a sleeper on Dundee with a sleeper on the Frogman, and the arm will fall a third time. Ring the bell. We got a submission. We have seen several sleeper submission wins for Bill Dundee over recent weeks, and he always, as the sportsman, stays in the ring and gets the blood circulating again in his opponent. All right, Mike, we'll send it back to you after the Bill Dundee victory.
Fans, we're almost out of time. Let me run down the card at the arena this week. This is what you'll see. Opening match, Ben Jordan against the Inhuman. Grudge battle, Mike Awesome against Chris Champion. Some bad blood, and there's going to be a feud there to be settled, I can assure you. World Tag Team title match. Of course, this match was changed by promoter Eddie Marlin. Southern Rockers getting immediately a return title match against Brickhouse Brown and Sweet Daddy Falcone with their manager, Reggie B. Fine, as a result of what you saw on television today. Southern title match, superstar Bill Dundee will take on Hollywood John Tatum with Tessa. Dundee going to put the gold up, but I think superstar Billy's got his eye on Tessa. I know Tatum has got his eye on the gold belt. Return grudge tag battle, Dirty White Boys with Ronnie P. Gossett against Jeff Jarrett and Billy Joe Travis, and what a team they've made. And then the main event, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, special grudge match against Ronnie P. Gossett in the arenas this week. Get out and see us. We're out of time. We'll see you next week. Michael St. John. So long, everyone.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.